I speak to you in the name of God, Father, Son, and Holy Spirit. Amen. Amen. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. I hope everyone had a good Thanksgiving. Come on down and join us, please. If, like me, you ate more than you should have, I hope you recovered by now. I don't know about how your family is, but in my family, there are certain things that you have to have at Thanksgiving. My sister always brings a dish that was prepared for years by our mother. It's made up, as near as I can tell, of whipped cream, crushed up pretzels, Jell-O, and strawberries. And she has the nerve to call it a salad. My wife insists every year that I go to Ostrowski's and get kielbasa, because that's a great Baltimore tradition. And she gets bags of sauerkraut and puts the kielbasa in a slow cooker, and it cooks for hours and hours until the whole house smells unpleasant. Let's just put it. It's funny how taste and smell evoke memories. They bring those past Thanksgivings into the present. All those meals we've shared over the years with our families and loved ones, and some who are no longer with us. It's a powerful kind of symbol. But my favorite part of Thanksgiving this year was talking to my nephew's son, who is in that college choosing year. We had a really good discussion about his plans, his hopes, whether this college is too far away from home and this college is too close to home. And we talked about what he sees for himself in the future, his dreams and ideas for himself. It's what I want to call this morning an Advent moment. An Advent moment is the meeting place between our memories and our dreams, between our history and our hopes. That moment we all live in together here this morning. Last Sunday, Ariane reminded us about the importance of remembering all the people who have touched our lives, have been important to us, all the people who've shaped and formed who we are today, the ones who encouraged us and supported us in the good times and bad. And most of all, remembering the life of Jesus, of course, who came to live and die as one of us, and who is still present with us here in this church this morning, as we share this Eucharistic meal, which literally means Thanksgiving meal. But today is the first Sunday of Advent, the first Sunday of a new church year. And so we turn and we begin to look ahead, to look to the future, to what is yet to come. Whether it's Isaiah's vision of perfect peace, in which we shall beat our swords into plowshares, our spears into pruning hooks. Nation will not rise up against nation, neither shall they learn war anymore. Or it's the jarring, uncomfortable words from the gospel that remind us to be awake and alert, because we do not know the day or the hour. But we are reassured always that in the last day, the God of love will have the last word. So the question is, how do we live this day, today, now? Remembering and building on a past, looking to a future that is beyond our grasp, but firmly in the hands of a loving God. How do we live this day, this Advent day? There was a famous 20th century theologian named Reinhold Niebuhr. He was what was called a Christian realist. He thought Christians were just a little too idealistic and a little too naive. They were utopians. That meant that we thought that somehow if we just got things right, if we worked hard enough and did all the right things, somehow we could create the reign of God here and now on earth. He wanted people to focus on what could be done in the moment, in the now, when we live. He wrote, "Nothing that is worth doing can be achieved in a single lifetime, so we are saved by hope." We don't like to hear that, do we? We want to fix things now. We want to change things now. We want to solve the problems now, and we want to see the results. Now, once you put in your mind the image of one of the great cathedrals of Europe or Britain, and think about the fact that centuries and centuries ago, someone had a vision, an idea of creating a beautiful place of worship. And they laid a foundation and they began to build, knowing that they would never see its completion. And for generation upon generation, and all the centuries to come, people worked in that cathedral, building as best they could in their time through fires and wars and destruction. They kept building, looking to a future fulfillment of what it might look like in some day to come. That's who we are. We're the ones putting stone upon stone in our time, doing what we can do in our own generation. We will not achieve Isaiah's vision of perfect peace, but we can be peacemakers here and now where we live. We can create healthy relationships and strong families and loving homes. We can be what Francis called instruments of peace. In a very deeply divided world, we can be the ones who listen to the other and respect everyone regardless of who they are or where they come from or what they believe. And when we do that, we are saved by hope. Niebuhr goes on to say, "Nothing true and beautiful makes any sense at a moment in history, so we are saved by faith." Doesn't make any sense. I'm a great believer in senseless acts of kindness and generosity. There was a mother and her son walking down the streets of a township in South Africa during the worst days of the apartheid regime. They saw a white man approaching them, and he committed a totally senseless act in that time and place. He stepped aside to let this black woman and her son walk by, and he touched his cap as a gesture of respect. The white man was an Anglican priest. The little boy with his mother was Desmond Tutu. He told that story many times over the years. And of course, he went on to become an Anglican priest and bishop and archbishop and Nobel Peace Prize winner for his work to destroy the corrupt system of apartheid and to establish a new community based on truth and reconciliation. Senseless acts. And Advent's a great time for senseless acts. You know, it's a good time to just go visit someone who you know is alone, or invite a stranger into your house, or just get a gift for someone that's unexpected for the sheer joy of giving a gift. Unexpected times. And finally, he says, nothing we do, no matter how virtuous, can be accomplished alone. Therefore, we are saved by love. The truth is, we all need one another. We all got up this morning on this rainy, not very pleasant day, and every one of us made the decision to come to church. We all had our reasons. We all knew why we were coming. But I want us to remember that we don't. Church is not someplace we go for an hour on Sunday morning. We are church. We are church. We are a community of people here to love and support one another, to help one another do the work that God has given us to do in our time, in our generation. After church today, a small group of us are going to get together, and everyone's invited, to just have a conversation about creation care, about issues related to caring for the environment. No one in the world thinks that a handful of people at the Church of the Good Shepherd on Sunday morning are going to correct the terrible devastation that's been done to our environment. But we're going to get together anyway, and we're going to do it anyway. And there are groups all over the country and all over the world doing exactly the same thing. For crying out loud, last week, they stopped the Harvard-Yale football game for almost 2 hours while students stood on the field and protested the university's investment in fossil fuel companies. The great anthropologist Margaret Mead said, "Never doubt that a small group of dedicated and committed people can change the world. It's the only thing that ever happens." And so we do this out of love. Love of God, love for one another, love for our children and their children, and for all the generations yet to come. And at the end of the day, we are saved by love.